I don't know. For me, if it's a free game, I'm going to take it, even if I don't plan to play it. Like, there's been a few, at least on PS Plus, there's been a few, like, sports games. And I don't play sports games at all. So, like, there's been a few, and I still claimed them. I don't know. A free game's a free game. I'll take it, right? I don't know if other people are like that, too. There's been a few folks, at least in my community, who've told me they don't claim the game if they don't plan to play it. But I'm like, it's a free game. But then it's just going to sit in my library and rot and collect dust. So I guess there's a point there. Yeah, Inkheart, good to see you, by the way. Welcome. Okay, I don't remember where we left off. So I will say, if you're new to Yakuza and you are just now joining into this, you will get spoiled if you plan to play. Just as a heads up. Yakuza 5 is technically the 6th game in Kiryu's storyline. Kiryu is the main protagonist throughout all the games. And this is technically the 6th game, if you count 0. So, like I said, spoilers as a heads up. EXO, yesterday you and your roommate made gingerbread sugar cookie dough, as well as 2 loaves of banana bread. What? Oh, that sounds good. You haven't heard back from that job. You're the first one until you can land something with more hours. Wait, so did you decide to finalize with the one that offered you something first? Was there something I needed to do? Oh, we still have 2 contract missions. Oh, that's right. We were going to finish all the hunting because we literally have 2 more. Wait. What? How do I look at the missions again? I have to go into the mountain to see the missions, right? Let me see. Oh, yeah. We have to sell enough hunting goods. Is that the right word? Like skins and meat and antlers and stuff to the trader. Chase the snowman. In progress. There's a rumor of a wild snowman. Okay, I guess we just gotta go into the mountain and find this. But yeah, we're almost done. We actually do need to go back into the mountains. I'm not gonna bring any meat. Okay, let's just go. Go to the mountain. We can hunt to get food. That's what your husband does with the free games on Epic Twining. He downloads them all, even if he doesn't think he'll play. I don't know, I just think it makes sense. Because it's free. Ink, you've been lurking while you manage idols. Oh, how are you enjoying that game? Has it been good? The second job hasn't contacted you yet. You plan on going with them if you can. Okay, so you haven't given a final answer to that first job. Gotcha. When you said you got the job, you got a job, I thought you meant you finalized something. But you got a job offer, is that what you're saying? Hopefully they don't have a deadline for you to commit. You do that too, it's something for nothing and you might play it eventually. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the main story most of these games follows is juxtaposed to the side missions. Have you played the Yakuza games, Nubium? They're great. I recommend them to anyone who likes story because it's just so well written. I started playing these games and quite a few folks in my community ended up playing as well because of my streams and ended up enjoying them just as much, if not more. Oh god, it ran away. Well, never mind. Wish the camera wouldn't point down at the ground. It's really distracting. I gotta find this snowman, so I'm just gonna go deeper into the woods. Maybe we'll find something. More like they haven't given you an answer. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, hopefully you get an answer soon. But also, don't be surprised if they don't answer. Because I will tell you, from experience, companies will ghost candidates every step of the way. Unfortunately, It's a pretty poor kind of reflection on the type of, I guess, pretty poor reflection of the company in terms of how they treat potential candidates and the impressions they give people and stuff. But don't be surprised if they ghost you, because if anything, you should expect them to ghost you. That's usually how unless they give you indication otherwise at your previous interview, you should expect to be ghosted. You have to catch the rest of this on VODs. It's almost 3 a.m. Okay, yeah, no problem, Junior. Take care. Do what you need to do. For sure. Have a good rest of your evening. And a good rest of your week, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Oh, good night, Twining, as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been really nice. Thanks for dropping in to hang out tonight. You have a good rest of your week as well. Get some good rest. I'll see you again soon. As long as there are no bears. I gotta figure out where this snowman is. Is the snowman really far back? Inkheart, you love Idol Manager? It's all Lady Alice's fault. You started it 6 days ago, and you have logged 28 hours on the game already. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. I'm glad you're enjoying it, though. Don't you know it, EXO? You were already ghosted by one place since becoming a New Englander. Yeah. Oh, when I was applying to jobs hardcore, I got ghosted by so many. So... No, you haven't? You bought a few? You never played them, Nubium? You watched some of Jim Sterling's Let's Plays about them. Okay. They're a lot of fun. I highly recommend them if you get a chance. Take care, Junior. Thank you. Have a good night. Yeah, no problem, Cora. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate it. These footprints are a lot bigger than any man's. That talk of the abominable snowman. Could it be true? Time to follow the footprints. It's what any smart person would do. Walk into danger. Are you gonna charge me? Not today, mister. Okay. As long as it's not a bear, because bears are a pain to fight. Maybe. Oh, good night, EXO. Sweet dreams. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest of your evening and week. Blizzard's starting up. Who's there? Got you, snowman. Oh, that's... Oh, the formerly flaccid fellow. The giant footprints. The towering gorilla-like silhouette. It's the abominable snowman. No mistaking it. Die, snowman. Uh-oh. What? What? Yourself. Ah! You were the snowman. I was going to shoot you and live a good life. Or live the good life. You were gonna what? Sorry. Really, I'm sorry. I was, blinded by greed and all that. That ought to be a wake-up call to you. The only path to the good life is working like an honest man. You're right. I'm so sorry. And he ran off. Hello, thanks for lurking. Oh no, Bambi's dad. Some employers are also jerks, Sleepy says. You hired an employee recently that was providing services through her now former employer. And when your background check provider asked for references, her previous employer refused to give them, making the whole process longer than needed. What? Why would they refuse? Unless she left the previous company on bad terms. You can love your job and appreciate the company, but never forget that your first loyalty has to be to yourself. That's a fair point. My audio cut out? Did it? Everything looks fine on my end. Can you all still hear me? Is anyone having audio issues? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. I'll keep talking. Testing, testing. Do you all hear me? Is everything okay? Audio sounds fine? You hear me? You can hear me? Okay. I think it might be on your end, Nubium. I'm not sure if Nubium can hear me. Maybe your speakers or your headphones cut out. Okay, cool. Thanks for verifying. Ooh, boy. Hey, at least the storm's lifting. Huh? Oh, the footprints are gone. The footprints are gone. Wonder what made those tracks. Oh, well. Oh, we gotta come back out again? Oh, that sucks. Alright, so I guess we gotta leave now. We gotta go back. We gotta come back out again when the footprints are back. Oh, that's a pain. Okay. Time Riff, you can hear me? Cool. Thank you all. Yeah, you kinda poached her, but she was underpaid at her previous job while doing a great job for you, which you had an open position that paid a lot better. That's so shitty though. Like, if you're a good manager, you would want whoever you're managing to succeed, right? Regardless of whether it's on your team, at your company, or not. That just goes to show that whoever was managing her was a shitty manager. I mean, that's all there is to it, right? I think it's really rare to find a really good manager who just wants someone that they're managing to succeed. Why is that so rare? That shouldn't be the case, but sadly it is. So, 17 years working for a company and not get any references? That's stone cold. If anything, that sounds kind of petty, actually. The hunting in this game felt like it took forever, Inc. Did you not feel that it was as tedious as the taxi driving? Because I feel like the taxi driving took just as long, if not longer than this. I feel like I went through this faster than the taxis. With Kiryu? I don't know if you all felt the same. I feel like this went faster, personally. Whoops. Back to the village. Sleepy, you literally encouraged your best employee to apply to a position that, if he gets it, puts your team in a bad position. But personal growth in a company is important. It is. I agree. I completely agree. Good on you to realize that because, like I said, I feel like that's pretty rare in a lot of managers. Inkheart, you felt like the hunting was more tedious. You feel bad for Saejima because he's been your least favorite parts of the games. Oh, really? I don't mind him so much. I'm definitely not a fan of his fighting style. Because his fighting style is just so... I feel like it's a fighting and struggling with the controls a lot because you have to hold that last hit when you're doing like a combo finisher, I guess. And it's just such an awkward way to fight when you're already mashing buttons in the first place. You have to suddenly stop and hold a button. It really throws off the combat flow. And so I've never been a fan of that. But I don't mind his stories as much. So... You do like to think of yourself as a good manager? I think you are, Sleepy. Ink is nothing against his character whatsoever, but his sections just feel like you're dragging and hoping it's over. Those are the ones you really spent the least amount of time on. Oh, yeah? So I'm going to guess you didn't actually finish the hunting side quest then, right? I'm guessing you didn't. It might sound strange, but you would prefer to lose him on your terms than his. So supporting his growth rather than the status quo is you picking the terms. Honestly, that doesn't sound strange to me. It makes sense. And, you know, like I said, it's really nice that you're thinking of it in that way. Because I think some people are not cut out to be managers. Some people are just really bad at managing other people. And... you know, it just seems like, at least with your colleague, that her former managers were those kind of people that were just not thinking of her best interests, you know, and just being really petty about it. Correct, Ink. You don't think you finished every mission. You tried to make sure you finished all the other side missions, but you didn't go back hunting over and over like you did with the taxi and other mechanics. Okay. That's fair. Okay, we have to go back. Oh, wait, no. Oh, it's done. Okay, we have to sell 471. Let me see if I have enough in my item box to sell. I'm gonna go sell and see. I don't think I have enough. We might have to go back up the mountain just to hunt to get enough stuff to sell. We're on the last mission for this though, actually. So that's pretty exciting. We need like, what was it, 400 and something or other? If I'm not going back up there, I don't need the meat, right? Yeah, I can easily get 400k. All right, we're set. This is fine. Sell all the mushrooms. We'll keep the rest. Yeah, I have enough. Let's sell a couple antlers too. I don't remember how much it was. Okay, that's enough. Yes. Okay. Oh, that sale puts you over the 1,000,000 yen mark. I sold you that much already. You've been an incredible help. I'll be able to meet this year's quota now. Here, take a little something for yourself. Alright. A bloody binding. That's random. How is the taxi portion not the one that dragged on the most? There were literal drag races. Shin, you remember your friend worked for a company that only offered him part-time. He told them he was searching for a new job. After a while, not hearing back after interviews, he went to get help to find a job. The person helping him portrayed herself as an employer and called his employer at the time to find out the employer was lying because he didn't want your friend to find a new job and stay to work with them part-time. Wow. Interesting. Huh. Hey, Zay. Is Yakuza, I don't know, I can't read today, an RPG? Yes. Yeah, Sleepy's right. It's like a brawler RPG. It's, there's a lot of action. It's beat 'em up. Like very much a beat 'em up combat, but that's not the focus of the games. It is, I would say it's still an RPG, but it's very heavily story driven. Like the story is definitely like the main selling point of all the Yakuza games. It's just so fucking well written. Like you have no idea. Of all the games I've ever played, and I've completed at least over the past 7 years on stream, over 120 games from start to finish on streams. And I do a lot of story driven narrative kind of games, single player action RPGs, that kind of thing. And Yakuza takes the cake for story. It's just so well done. Like I'm not even kidding you. Seriously, if you want a game with really just a really well written story and amazingly fleshed out characters and awesome writing and pacing, like you should play the Yakuza games. And I know it's a little daunting for some people because there's like 10 games almost, but it's worth it. Highly recommend it. Start with Yakuza 0. 0 is still my favorite of all the ones I've played so far. I started with 0, and then after that, go to Yakuza Kiwami 1. So Yakuza Kiwami is actually a remake of the original Yakuza 1. So you could play the OG Yakuza 1, but it did not age well, so I don't know if I would recommend it. You can actually play Yakuza Kiwami in its place and still do fine with the story. So after 0, you do Kiwami, and then Kiwami 2, and then Yakuza 3, 4, and 5, and then 6, and then Like a Dragon. And then you can go to Lost Judgment, or go to Judgment and then Lost Judgment. Lost Judgment just came out earlier this year, right? I'm planning to do that too. It's an offshoot, still within the Yakuza world, but different characters. I haven't played that yet. Hey Blues, I'm doing excellent. How are you doing? We're playing some Yakuza 5. We're also on front page of Twitch. Feel free to hang out. Welcome. Do I like Sayajima's side quests more than Kiryu's, Pluby? I think I prefer Kiryu's, but I actually enjoyed the hunting more than I thought I would. And we completed those quests pretty quickly, actually. Hey, Giorgio, you're in the exact same part of the game. The taxi quests were infuriating at times. Those pedestrians have a death wish. Oh, I understand. As long as you're not like me and kept turning right when you're supposed to turn left. That was a pretty rough moment. I kept turning right, and you know how they block off certain parts so you can't go that way anyway? It kept counting as like a mistake or a redo, and so it would like set me back to redo it. And I just I didn't realize it wasn't a right turn, and I just kept turning right. It was so bad. It took me a while to figure it out. I moved into the #1 spot on the carousel. Oh, thanks, Hotshot. Yeah, if you're coming in for front page, welcome. I'm Snowlit. You can call me Snow or Snowy. Usually I do action-adventure RPGs and story-driven games and lots of first playthroughs. Currently we're streaming Yakuza 5. Working my way slowly through the Yakuza series. Highly recommend them if you're curious. Otherwise, lots of chill vibes here, cozy vibes. I talk a lot. I'm a very chatty streamer. But we have a lot of fun. So click through from the front page. Come say hello. Feel free to hit the follow button. And welcome. Yakuza's writing could be better. Too much letting the bad guy get back up and shoot a loved one. And guy getting shot from off screen while telling someone to get out of here. I mean, there are definitely some cliches, I will say. But there were quite a few plot twists, at least up to this point, that I felt I was not expecting at all. And they execute it in such a way that it's like you just can't help but keep playing, you know? It's almost like you just keep eating that popcorn and keep watching, right? That's how it felt to me. Of course, everyone has different standards. I also have really low standards when it comes to enjoying movies. So I guess take my advice with a grain of salt if you tend to be pretty critical of movies. For me, it doesn't take a lot to be entertained. And to me, the Yakuza series, especially in terms of the writing and pacing, is a masterpiece. To me specifically. Blues, you had your booster shot yesterday. You feel like death today. If I ever wanted to have a zombie viewer, today's my day, really. It's funny because when I got my booster like a week and a half ago, and all I had was fatigue and a sore arm, thankfully. It was definitely a lot. I don't want to say a lot, but it was milder than my second shot. So, sorry you feel crummy though. Feel free to chill and relax. You sure? Thanks. There's no such thing as too much inventory. As long as you keep bringing me wild game, I'm a happy man. I hope we'll continue to do business together. Alright, I completed all the quests. So, yeah, he's done. 12 out of 12, 20 out of 20. Sweet. We could finally move on. We're actually going to get some main story today. Is that really what's happening? Alright, what is my story? Gotta tell Okudera-han once I'm ready. Head into Tsukimono quick. Okay, I'm gonna go save. Wait. I gotta see this bloody binding. Oh, I'm not wearing my stuff again. Never mind. It's kind of useless. It's like a challenge item. Not cool. Alright. I'm gonna go put those away, save, and then we will continue and actually do the main story now because we completed all the hunting. Feels weird not to be hunting anymore. Please don't put on a used bloody binding. Doesn't sound very hygienic, does it? Main story, what's that? Might be because you went to work with the shot instead of resting. Ah, that's fair. Yeah, I got mine on a weekend, like on a Saturday. And so I had Sunday to like be a potato. Yeah, that's pretty brave. Inkheart, you survived your booster last weekend. So much better than your second shot. You were waiting for it to get worse. But you got lucky. Yay. Just glad you got your shot before you go on the holidays. Yes. Oh, heck yeah. I feel a lot better being boosted. I was starting to get concerned, especially with the new variant. I was like, oh, But yeah, it's good. You agree, Giorgio? You came to Yakuza for the heat actions and you stayed for the feels and the story. Yeah. Like, it's definitely not perfect, I would say, and there's definitely a lot of cliches. Like, I don't disagree with what Pluby said, but I just think that compared to a lot of games, and especially for a game series, for them to be able to continuously uphold that quality and the character development, they just do such a good job. And, like, to me, Yakuza is like a masterpiece at storytelling in general. I think this is what I have to do. We'll finish saying goodbye to Okudera-han and then head to Skimiro. Okay. You thought this is how the game started out, Nubium? Oh no, I'm like in chapter 3, part 2? Part 2, chapter 3?
あんたがおらんかったら、俺もババも今頃熊の餌へ。本当にありがとうございました。冴島。これだけは忘れるな。生き物にとって狩りと身を守ることだけが許される殺しだ。わかったな。肝に銘じとくわ。兄貴、それじゃ行きましょう。奥寺藩。ほら。
I like Baba's jacket. He's all stylish all of a sudden. The heck? The main story's a myth. What is that? You came to Yakuza for the shirtless characters, Inc., and you stayed for the addicting hostess game. Hey! Giorgio is the series that made you cry the most. They do really well. Like I said, there were some sad moments just up to this point, and yeah, it is touching. Cliches are that for a reason, Inc. It's a good story progression. They work really well with being cheeky, emotional, a little convoluted. Oops, sorry, hit the mic. And badass at the same time. It's a masterclass of skirting the lines of so many elements without going too far. Yeah. That's a good way to put it, Inc. I like that. This is a weird way to start a crime game. So you'll learn from Yakuza, this game series doesn't take itself seriously at all. Chapter 4, Reckless Encounter. There's some really outrageously outlandish moments and side quests and situations. It's hard to describe unless you play it. Like, you really got to give this game a shot. Snow Festival!
毎年多くの観光客が全国からやってきます。商店街の人々にとっても大事な書き入れ時として強い期待が。
I've actually been to the Yukimatsuri in Sapporo before.
事故後、署内から行方をくらましている2名の受刑者について、北海道警察は今朝、刑務所近くの山中でうち1名の受刑者を遺体として発見したと発表しました。残る1名の受刑者に関しても。現在も付近を逃走中の可能性が高いとみて全国に指名手配しました。
Joke's on you. We escaped. Oh damn. He's got to put on a mask. Oh, do we have to avoid the police? Again? Damn it.
兄貴、網走刑務所が火災って一体。それに遺体が一人見つかったって。
Weird camera angle.
アジトの用意ができました。
Do you remember, was it in Yakuza 4 that we had to avoid the police on Saejima's part? We gotta do this again?
今様子を見てきましたが、かなり厳しい状態ですね。警官がかなり手回ってますね。大通りを抜けて、
Guess we gotta go underground
アジト
again.
に行くのはやばそうです。
ほなどうやって行く？
とりあえず俺が先を行きます。兄貴は少し離れて目立たないように俺の後をついてきてください。
Look at that jacket. Follow but at a distance, he said. Why is he running so fast? Oh, does he wait for me? I don't really know how slowly I'm supposed to follow behind him. Huh. He should have kept hunting in the mountain village, right? Cliches are cliches for a reason because they work. Can they be overused? Absolutely. You don't think Yakuza's guilty of that? Yeah, for sure. It's very tastefully done. Morte, you also find cliches are great. It's the tropes and stereotypes that weigh something down. Yeah, good point as well. Ink, determined this holiday break, which you actually get a week off for the first time since college, you're getting back on the Yakuza train. As long as you're not in year 500 of managing idols. Yay! Bald-headed dudes don't get cold heads in the winter. I'm sure they get cold. They should wear hats. You have to hide again. This one felt easier to handle. Well, that's good. It's a little more comforting. I was not a fan of the hide from the police mechanic on Saejima's part in Yakuza 4. It was very tedious. I think it was really tedious. I didn't like it. Was definitely not a fan. Hold up. There's a cop. Damn. Can't go this way. Baba, you saw the news. My face is plastered everywhere. If we stay together, you'll get burned too. Let's split up and meet at your hideout. But then you... Don't worry about me. I'm used to this sort of thing. How's your pain? Still as bad as it was on the mountain? This cold's real bad if you're in pain. Hurry on to the hideout. You got your own health to worry about before you go mothering me. Aniki! Okay, I'll do that. I'm sorry, Aniki. So, where's this hideout? There's a major street that runs north to south through the town center. It's called Central Station Boulevard, and there's a Don Quixote on it. The hideout's a bar called Polaris, in the building across the street. Gotcha. I'll see you later. Please be careful, Aniki. Aniki! I think I know you think you're safe here, but keep a knife out for bears. You might turn a corner and BAM! Kumades! Ink, you definitely think the hiding from Yakuza 4 and the hunting in 5 was a reason why you didn't like Saejima's play mechanics, but the story's fantastic. Yeah, that's fair. Wait. Wow, I can't read. The way that you can still memorize these maps in Yakuza despite not playing this game for like a year. You would think that I would be better at memorizing the maps because they use the same like layout, it's the same city over and over. But I still have not memorized like anything. It's pretty bad. Alright, across the street from Don Quixote on Central Station Boulevard. Can't be that hard to find. Central Station. But yeah, what I was talking about when we first started, or when we first loaded in here, the snow festival, they do one actually in Sapporo every winter, and they make little snow sculptures just in this like middle of the city, and you can go and look and walk around and take pictures and all. It's actually really cool. I think they actually turn it into sort of a contest, so you can like make the snow sculpture and submit it for kind of like a snow sculpture competition. And like, you know, people do it, school groups do it, you know, kids do it. Like it's such a kind of a cool way to bring everybody together in the winter time. Wait. Oh, Central Station's horizontal? I thought it was vertical. Oh no, it is. Do I have to go underground? Is that what I have to do? I can't just walk up the street like any normal person. WTF. Oh no, I can. Never mind. You can't walk in the middle of the road. Oh, that's a cop. Oh no. Is he gonna see me? Oh god. I don't want to go that way now. Let's try the other side. Hopefully the other side's clear. When you go back to the map in Yakuza that you played in previous games, it really feels like you're going home for a while. These maps are just the right size and have enough difference so that they feel unique. I have noticed that with each game, they change a few things to make it feel fresh and not the same. Because I think when you have a story taking place in so many, or in the same city, technically, it can be hard to make it feel different every time. I think they did a pretty good job with it too. I'm surprised nobody's recognized me yet. Can I go across here? Nice. This makes me miss Japan a lot, though. Saejima-san, what a relief. Did you have trouble getting here? Nah. So, this the hideout you were talking about? Yes, it's just up here. It's always a bar. Always a bar.
ここです。
ようこんなとこ見つけたな。
昔俺の兄弟分がやってた馴染みのバーです。当然営業してると思って立ち寄ってみたんですが、この通りのありさまで、まあこっちとしては逆に好都合だったんですが。どうぞ座ってください。
Oh, the dust. Pardon the dust.
どうやらここ10年の間、月見野の街もすっかり変わっちまったみたいですね。昔はどの店も繁盛してたんですが、なんだか寂しい気分になりますね。
確かに結構前に潰れたみたいやな。
あった。マッカラン1946がありますよ。あ、ちょっと
Do
待
you
ってくださいね。
trust the beer that's been in there for who knows how long? Does beer go bad? I actually don't know all of a sudden. Can we get a control on Yakuza crossover? That would be pretty cool.
封が開いていなかったんで多分大丈夫だと思うんですけど。
I don't know. Does beer go bad? I actually don't know.
うめえ。
うまいな。
Are you sure it's good? Or are you pretending it's good?
でも不思議ですよね。本当なら今頃仮釈放でシャバに出ているはずの2人がこんな場所でこんなにビクビクしながら酒を飲むことになるなんて。
いつかお前と飲みたい思ってた。悪い気分やない。
しかしどうして冴島さんだけ指名手配されてしまったんですかね。
They think
俺
you're
なんか
dead.
実名も公表されないまま遺体で見つかったことになってましたし、一体どういうことなんでしょう。
No idea, kid.
やはりあの刑務所のことも指名手配も全部登場会が裏から手を回してやってることなんでしょうか。どうしました。
ちょっと表出るわ。
え？こんな状況の時にですか。
ああ、ずっとここおってもラジやがへ。
いやでも表は警官がうようよしてますよ。
大丈夫や。こういう状況にはある意味慣れとる。2年前もそうやったしな。
そうですか。でもどうするんです。北方組の情報でも集めるつもりですか。
せやな。北方いう男に会おうにもどこにおるかわからんことには近づけんしな。
そういうことでしたらバーアンビシャスという店に行ってみてください。そこの店なら今でもきっと北方組の人間はいるはずです。
アンビシャス？
はい。その店の奥には昔から北方組がやってる賭場があります。カウンターの男にチップを渡せば裏カジノへ案内してもらえるはずです。
そこで一暴れしたら北方の情報も得られるっちゅうわけやな。
ええ。 でも十分気をつけてください。北方組は一度敵とみなした相手にはとことんやるタイプの古い極道組織です。親父のためなら命投げ出すっていう筋金入りの連中が集まってる組なんで。
なおさら楽しみやな。
あ、それと兄貴、これ持って行ってください。
携帯か。
Oh, did we get revelations?
昔のつてで手に入れました。プリペイド式なんで足がつくことはないはずです。
わかった。ありがたく使わせてもらうわ。
Sweet. Beer can go bad. Yeah, that's what I thought. It goes flat and tastes like goose poop. How do you know how goose poop tastes like? You don't think beer ages like wine? Yeah, I didn't think so either. I was gonna say, it's pretty gross. Pretty gross. Alright, so ambitious is where we gotta go. Alright, cool. So we save. I'm starting to get cold. I think I need my blanket. Are we still on the front page? By any chance? I gotta put my... It's fine. Alright. Got my blanket. They did find ancient Egypt era beer in urns. That was still okay. Oh, really? You can technically drink any age of beer. Whether or not it's worth it, though. Yeah. If you have a weak stomach or a weak immune system or whatever. I don't know about immune system, but if you have a weak stomach, it's probably kind of not worth it. Oh, we are still on. We're on the front of the carousel. Sweet. Thank you. Yeah, if anybody's watching from front page, feel free to click through and say hi. I'm Snowlit. You can call me Snow or Snowy. I usually stream a lot of action, adventure, RPGs, and story-driven games. Typically, they're first playthroughs, and we're playing some Yakuza 5 tonight. Still my first playthrough. So feel free to drop in and say hi. Aniki. I've got cash. Take some. Money! Where did he get money? Huh. This from an old connection in town? You could say that. There's no telling what might happen, so... That's true. Appreciate it. Thanks for the money, buddy. You don't want to know. We were literally separated for like 10 minutes. Where did he get $300? Uh-oh. Who's this? Brr. Hokkaido sure is cold. I hope I find a good place soon. Hopefully a really warm one, too. What's with him? Wait. Haven't I seen that guy before? Uh-oh. Your fortune, your luck today is terrible. Things won't be going your way. Avoid anything involving luck. What is that BS? To my international friends. Hello, my friends all over the world. I have a request for you today. Lately, I haven't been able to take any of the perfect shots that I long for. Oh, is this for Mac? But I had an idea. I want all of you to upload any perfect shots you take to the image hosting site that I built. Seeing them is bound to inspire me. Do me proud out there, everyone. Adieu. What's with this email? Some kind of mistake? Guess I'll check it out when I get time. It's totally Mac. Mac has like a blog. He's always trying to get the perfect shot. We still have 2 unread emails. What is this nonsense? To the warriors on the warpath. To those of you looking to best a rival, win back the girl, or launch a raid on an enemy's turf. Announcing the opening of Kamiyama Works Skimino, supporting the needs of all you warriors out there. It's the weapons place. We have a wide range of weapons and equipment. Come take a look. Okay. Side story complete. Oh, we gotta go to convenience store. Let's go. Where's the konbini? Oh my god, there's so many side quests. Holy crap. Look at my side quests. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 side quests that popped up. Looks like we're not doing any more main story tonight. Seiko Mart. Oh my god, they have Seiko Mart? Seiko Mart is the Hokkaido only convenience store. Brings back a lot of memories. Brr. Ugh. Hey, you there. I can't shake the feeling I've seen you before. What's your name? Ever hear of that celebrity chef Tatsuya? Well, that's me. Maybe you've seen me on TV or something. I think I remember this guy. Shouldn't you have to Google it? Eventually, all beer goes bad. Your refrigerator's both cool and dark as long as the door isn't open too often. As mentioned above, the refrigeration slows down natural aging processes and allows a beer to taste fine up for a good 2 years after its expiration date. Gotcha. There's a really interesting video from a food YouTuber that goes over how beer goes bad. Or skunks, and actually how some beers design their taste around that. Oh, really? Sad he won't be doing Revelations by carving a tree trunk. I know. That was so iconic. Hamir, thank you. What? Aww.
I'm here, Snowy.
Hello, hello. You are here. Thank you for 32 months. Holy crap. I can't believe it's been that long. Welcome back. Continue to enjoy your sub perks and emotes. I hope you're having a good week and a good December so far. How you been? Thanks for joining. We're on front page just hanging out. Working on some Yakuza 5. So if that sounds good to you, feel free to chill with us. It's been pretty cozy tonight. Yeah, we did see him with Kiryu, right? Still not as bad as a Ubisoft game. Ubisoft has some decent games though. I mean, I like their Assassin's Creed games. But yeah, thank you. Oh, right. That's where I've seen you. You're some kind of cooking master, ain't you? Well, I'm not just a cook exactly. These days, I'm doing this spot on a TV show where I help out local eateries across Japan by coming up with new dishes. My nose is runny. Bear with me. I don't get it. If you got ideas for new dishes, why don't you use them at your own restaurant? But that's the whole idea for the program, helping others with my new dishes. With that in mind, I have to ask, could you recommend any eateries here in Skimono? I ain't from around here, so I really can't say. Oh, you're a tourist? Ah, no matter. I still have to ask. Would you let me know if you find a great place that serves local cuisine here in Skimono? I'll go and try it out, and hopefully it'll help me come up with an idea for a new dish. You want me to find tasty eats for you? Ain't that your job? Sure, but there's a limit to how much one person can do. I'll take all the help I can get. You got a point there. Think of it as a good deed, but I understand if you're too busy. Fine, I'll give you a hand if I get around to it. Thank you, and don't worry, I'll make it worth your while. I'll use my vast experience with both cooking food and eating it to teach you how to make the most of your meals. Fine, fine. I'll let you know if I find anything. Great, thanks. I'm looking forward to your recommendations. Local cuisine. This is Tatsuya the chef. If you come across any good restaurants, waiting near Don Quixote. Okay. We gotta go to Seiko Mart. I gotta pick up my convenience store gift. You gonna keep your sub? Oh, thank you, Hamir. I was number 1. You were thinking about SpongeBob? Wait, why were you thinking about SpongeBob? I appreciate it, Hamir. It's good to see you. Thank you. He's got some lush lips. He's well endowed. Nothing wrong with that. It's 7:30 Michigans. People are getting bold. Who calls that late at night? Rudeness! Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, Seiko Mart is down here. So yeah, fun fact, I used to live in Hokkaido. It's been like 10 years, but I used to live there. And they have a kind of local chain of convenience store called Seiko Mart. Oh, damn it. And they actually are in the game. Look, it's right there. Which is really cool. It's actually really cool. Oh, wait, I can grab this? Wait, hold on. I want to grab this giant sign. Everybody hold on. Oh, wait, am I picking? Oh, that's the wrong button. I don't know how to play this anymore. Stop it! I'm busy! Everybody leave me alone! I just want the sign! How? Do I have to hold it? Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Oh, that was cool. I have to hold circle. Wow. Okay, anyway, Seiko Mart. So Seiko Mart is actually a real convenience store chain in Japan. So the way the Yakuza game works, right there, the Yakuza series is based in a fictitious but kind of identical rendition of certain districts in big major Japanese cities, right? But it's basically Japan, but it's technically a fictional version of real districts, like in Tokyo or in Osaka, or in this case in Sapporo. And for a lot of like the brands that they have in this game, in the game series, they actually, with some brands, like real companies in Japan, they actually sorted out some like agreement or deals or whatever to actually put them in the game, you know, with the branding and everything as is. Some of them I know they couldn't get, but I know quite a few brands are actually real brands, like in Japan. And Seiko Mart here, it looks like they got the actual, you know, like, it's just so cool to see. This is the only game so far where you're in Hokkaido and in Sapporo, so it's actually super nostalgic for me, actually. Just hearing and seeing. Like this, to me, Seiko Mart is like the best of all the convenience store chains. Like, you know, the nationwide ones that are really popular, like 7-Eleven or Lawson or Family Mart, they're all okay. They're not like massively different between all the different convenience store chains. It's not like the offerings are that different, I guess. But there's something about Seiko Mart, and I don't know if it's just because it's almost like a second home kind of vibe. It's very nostalgic. But they had this, you see that where it says Hot Chef? They had this like hot food, prepared food section. Like, I mean, you get some of that at some of the other convenience stores, but Seiko Mart had a full-on, like, they made like katsu and curry and stuff, and it was just really cool. It was still convenience store quality, so it wasn't like equivalent to eating at a restaurant, but compared to like basic convenience store food, it was like one notch higher. So, I don't know, super nostalgic. Just some fun facts, if you're wondering. Well endowed, yeah. The episode when they were going after that #1 hat. Oh, I don't think I watched that episode, Hamir. That's cool. It's been a while since I watched SpongeBob. Yeah, you can go in there. Some places you can walk into, Nubian. Japan is your dream trip. It's amazing. I miss it something fierce, I can tell you. The last time I visited Japan was back in 2014, like before I ever started streaming. And it's been a really long time since. And obviously with the pandemic, it's really hard to go there now. But once the pandemic's officially over, I would love to go back. I would love to visit. There's a lot of just really fond memories. The food is always so good there. That's like the #1 thing that I recommend people just be very open to when they visit Japan, because you will not have bad food at all in Japan. Everything is so good. And that's probably the biggest, like, the thing I miss the most, I would say. And everything tasted healthier. Even McDonald's. McDonald's in Japan tasted so much healthier than it does here. You would love to go to Japan, Inc. You have a friend living there, and you would love to visit her. But first international place you can go once the pandemic is truly over is Thailand. You want to see family. Oh, yeah. It's just, I miss traveling too, honestly. It looks like window dressing? Wait, what do you mean window dressing? Oh, I mean the shop looked like it, yeah. No, there's some places you can go into in this game. Pretty cool. Sleepy, you're back from your first tournament. The story mode for Mario Golf. Did you know there's a story mode? With RPG elements. It's almost like a Yakuza game, right? Wait, there's a story mode in Mario Golf? I must have missed that, or I don't remember. Granted, we were playing with a few people, so I guess we did like the arcade mode or something. Hamir, you'll have to get some tips from me on what all you would have to do. You'd be traveling from Memphis. Yeah, I actually don't know where you would go, where you would connect from Memphis to go overseas. Chances are you would go somewhere on the West Coast and then fly to Japan from there. At least I think West Coast is usually where they head out across to Japan. But anyway, yeah, it's for sure. It's been like over 10 years since I went. Not 10 years. Well, 6 years since I went. But like, so a lot might have changed. But, yeah, for sure. Just come by the stream and I'll be here to answer whatever questions I can. Mario Tennis has a story mode too. I never played Mario Tennis actually. I played with my controller upside down the whole time. I did. That was chaotic. Actually, that was really chaotic. Guessing it's a full day plane ride? Pretty much. You're going to spend at least one whole day traveling. I don't know how long it takes for you to get from Memphis to the West Coast, but there's that. And then there's the connecting flight that goes from the West Coast across the Pacific Ocean. So that flight, the long flight, is usually 12 to 13 hours long. Non-stop. 12 to 13 hours. And on that flight, I highly recommend that you get comfortable. If you can afford to get like a business class or first class or something, I highly recommend it. Fun fact, on my return trip when I was moving back from Japan, back to the US, I lucked out because I was traveling alone, and my flight for that super long, 12 to 13 hour flight, they overbooked. And since I was traveling alone, they were able to upgrade me for free to business class. First and only time I've ever flown business on any plane, and it just so happened to be on a 12 to 13 hour flight. So it was the best flight across the Pacific Ocean that I've ever had, because I got to lay down. There was a pillow, there was a blanket, they served your peanuts in a little porcelain dish. Like, it was fancy. I mean, I'm not used to that kind of treatment on planes, so I lucked out hardcore. I was like, oh my god, yeah, if you're gonna give me a free upgrade. But they overbooked, so they had to like rearrange, and since I was traveling alone, it was the best. I slept like a baby. I don't think that's ever going to happen to me again. I have no idea how much a business class ticket from like California to Japan would actually cost. I feel like that'd be pretty expensive. Because on economy, at least when I don't know what plane tickets are like now. I remember flying just basic economy, going from like East Coast US to Japan to Tokyo was always like at least $1,500 round trip. It's pretty hefty. Usually at least. Sometimes up to $2,000. It's really just kind of depended. And that was for economy. So I don't know what business is. You got to be kind of loaded to go business. So, for Pennsylvania to Thailand, you went to Chicago to go international. That was right before the pandemic. You were going to Japan. Oh, okay. So Chicago would fly. Okay, cool. Yeah, you play using your Mii. You have to gain stats and all. Might be worth a try if you want to try something different. Okay. Sleepy, you got the travel bug this year. You almost booked a week away in Cuba for the holidays, but with the pandemic, it felt really unsafe. Yeah. Even though Diz and I are both fully boosted and vaccinated, we both don't really want to travel. At least not, especially not international. It just feels very scary. even if we take all the precautions, I feel like the risk to contract COVID is still much higher, especially going international, I feel. I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird, misplaced misconception, but your layovers are usually in Dallas first. Can be anywhere from San Diego, San Francisco, or Vancouver, depending. Going from Memphis. Oh, okay. Vacationing in Cuba might sound really alien to us Americans. People here go to Cuba. Seal of the Dragon. Are there any more prizes? When you went to Vegas, Hamir, you traveled to Nashville to their airport. Excuse me. Still took 3 hours to get there. About the time you got there, it was like 1 a.m. Oof. I think the worst is traveling where it takes literally all day. The one time I went to Canada, going there, like, it was for this super short trip. It was like for like barely a weekend. And there were so many issues flying Air Canada. I had such a terrible experience with Air Canada. It was so bad. The whole trip was supposed to take something like maybe 6 to 8 hours. Ended up taking something like 14 hours. Because it was so bad. They like delayed the flight or something. I don't remember what it was. But it was delayed so long that I missed like my connecting flight or something. I don't remember what. It's been a long time. But it was really bad considering I was only there for like less than a weekend. I hated it. Hopefully the next time I go to Canada and fly Air Canada, it wouldn't be, you know, that bad. But yeah, I don't have a good experience with Air Canada. On your return trip from Japan to Chicago, Inc., you had so many empty seats. The back of the plane moved to one person per aisle. It was fantastic. Such a good time versus traveling there when you spent 12 hours huddled in the fetal position with stomach pains and no one near you. Oh, that sucks. I think the worst is sitting in a middle seat when you're on that like 12-hour flight. It's pretty rough. What is this for? The dragon seal belonged to a Chinese emperor brimming with awesome presents. I don't know what this is for. I guess I'll go put it away. I don't know. You bet I did sleep good? Yeah. It was... I think I will never get that lucky again. Your flight was very crowded? Oh, it's the worst. Inkheart, you were in a stream earlier where the streamer was very heated and concerned about people taking quote-unquote recreational trips while they hadn't been able to leave their town because of their health at risk. Certainly put things into perspective that the 2% need protection. Still needs the rest of us to take precaution. Yeah. I mean, that's the reason I got the flu shot this year. Because I normally actually don't get the flu shot. But just with how ridiculous things are getting, I was just like, why not? And I didn't even have insurance at the time. I paid for my flu shot. It was like $32. And that it sucks that there is that barrier for a lot of folks that prevents them from getting the flu shot, because that $32, I could afford it, but there's just so many people who can't, so they never get the flu shot and they don't have insurance to pay for it, right? So it's, like I said, it's a one of those things, I guess. But yeah, I mean, Diz and I, we have, at least ever since being fully vaccinated, we have like gone out to restaurants and stuff. But we always stay masked. We avoid like getting really close to people. We've been doing our due diligence. Like, I will say on the one hand, total like 100% lockdown is actually bad. I don't think that's the answer either, you know. But yeah, it's just striking that balance, I think, where we do take the precaution to care for the people who are most vulnerable and immunocompromised, and doing our due diligence in whatever capacity we can, whether that's, you know, if for some people it is staying home, but in general, I think, again, getting vaccinated and getting boosted is like the number one thing to do, to kind of do your part, you know. We could talk about vaccinations, but it's just such a can of worms because there's so many people across the spectrum who I don't even want to talk about the anti-vaxxers. We've talked about like vaccinations and COVID and stuff on stream before, so it's not a topic I shy away from per se, but it definitely, there are just, I will never, I guess, understand the people who just don't want to get the vaccine, and not because of any religious reason, not because of any allergies or medical reason. They just don't want to because they feel like it violates their rights or something. And I don't know. It's ridiculous because we all, like the overwhelming majority of us, have already gotten a lot of vaccinations growing up against like measles and measles, mumps, rubella, right? That's the usual combination. We all, you know, it's just mind-boggling. That's all I gotta say. I don't think I have the brain capacity to go into a super deep conversation like I usually do, but I'm not even gonna begin. But that's a very good point in general, Ink, for sure. Never fly with Air Canada? Is Air Canada that bad? Should have taken a submarine, Alice. Mortate, your favorite part of lengthy flying trips is when they give you permission to move around the cabin. You're like, where? Where am I gonna go? Where can I squeeze to stretch my legs in a different position? Move where? Standing up does feel good, though, in general. Sleepy due to the Buy American Act. Questionable map? Uh-oh. We got treasure maps? Uh-oh. Oh, he totally creeped up on me. You gotta get yours and your booster shot. You do the same, you still stay masked up and far away. Thank you for doing your part, Hamir. I do recommend getting boosted when you can, as soon as you can. For me, it was like a week and a half ago. I feel a lot better, but I'm still wearing my mask. You can't wait for boosters to be a thing in Canada. Just give you all the vaccines. Fill your bloodstream with the sweet, sweet 5G mRNA. Sleepy, you don't like United? Really? Why not? I don't know if there's any airline I've had a terrible experience with in the US. Like, there have been delays here and there, but nothing where it completely ruined my trip. Knock on wood. Sorry, I don't want to jinx myself. But I'm curious. We might summon someone talking about shots and stuff. Hamir, if your girl got sick, it would mess her up, so you play it very safe. Oh, good on you. I'm glad you're keeping... Honestly, it's all about keeping other people you care about safe. You know? A lot of people think very selfishly when it comes to vaccines. And being against vaccines. Like... Very selfish attitude. So I'm glad you're thinking about people you care about, because that's what it's about. It's not about yourself. It's about protecting the people you care about, you know? Inkheart, you spent the week finally sitting on the decision of cutting someone who used to be your sibling out of your life. You were tired of the frustration. I'm sorry, Ink. It's tough. I mean... it's so frustrating. For some people, like... You just can't reason with them, I think. And that's the frustrating part. But in the end, you've done all you could. You know, I don't think you should regret that. Shin, you had bad experiences, and when you checked for a flight, Air Canada seems to be always more expensive. It was really rough with Air Canada. Hi, Statics. How you been? Thanks for joining. There's subtitles on Twitch. I'm using the closed caption kind of add-on feature for my stream. It's not by default. The streamer has to enable it. But yeah, I've put closed captions on my stream for most of this year, if not all of it. I don't remember when I added it. It's something I've been meaning to do for a long time. So it's been nice to have that bit of accessibility. Nubium, you don't get why people are against vaccinations? It's weird. Yeah, I guess I can understand the people who are just unsure. Like they're on the fence, they just don't have the information, right? For quite a few people, it's just a lack of accurate information. But then there are the people who are on the really far extreme, who are just, they see the science, they see the data, they see the facts, and they're still against it. I don't know. What more can you do, right? Yeah, it is, Hamir. You're glad I understand. Other people, you don't even want to get started. Can tell you in chat some stories. It's crazy. I have thankfully not had any sort of face-to-face encounter with an anti-vaxxer. I honestly don't know what I would say. I've learned a lot, especially with speaking with Dr. Neuro. If you all don't know Neuro Fourier, Dr. Neuro is a real doctor, and someone who specializes specifically in epidemiology and infectious disease, like works with the CDC, works with the U.S. Department of State. Like this is someone who knows their shit and is very much against misinformation. Just excellent at communicating medical science and medical facts as it is, rather than sensationalizing it. Like none of that. And so he is a gamer as well and a Twitch streamer. You all should follow him, by the way, if a mod could pull up his channel to follow. But we call him Dr. Neuro for short, and he has come onto my stream a few times at this point, up to 3 times now, I think. And just to chat with us, you know, just down to earth chatting and clarifying any questions we have. No questions are stupid when you're just trying to learn. And so I highly recommend, he does stream, so I highly recommend you follow him. He talks about COVID and other medical science stuff way more than I mentioned. And he does stream. So please go follow him, check him out, ask him questions. He is, if you're open to learning, he will take the time to educate you and explain in a way that is easy to understand, honestly. Like, he does such a great job. Like, and tell him I sent you, you know, because he's been here. He's a part of our community. He loves us as well. But tell him that, you know, you came from Snowlit Stream and you just want to learn more about COVID and you have some questions and you want to learn more about, you know, especially if you're on the fence about getting the vaccine, you know, and you just don't have all the information and there's so much out there that it's easy to be misinformed, go to him. You will not regret it. Dr. Neuro is great. So, how am I doing? I'm fantastic, Statics. How are you? I'm on a half break right now because I started another job, so I'm getting used to that. But I'll be back to a regular schedule in January. Good night, Alice. Sweet dreams. Lots of love. Thanks for hanging out. Since most of your travels were for work, Sleepy, it was always either Air Canada Jazz or really cheap United flights. What's Jazz? Oh, Jazz is low budget. You think the short, cheap United flights often end up being an old Embracer, a regional jet that just felt crappy. Usually Air Canada Jazz had the CRJs that were much more comfy. I don't know anything about planes. I just call the really tiny ones where it's only like 1 row of seats on each side. I call those the puddle jumpers because they jump from puddle to puddle because they're so tiny. I've ridden on a puddle jumper before. I thought I was going to die. It was actually in Canada. It was actually Air Canada. I was flying to London, Ontario for the Warframe convention back in like 2015. And there was a puddle jumper from like somewhere to London. And it was a plane where you heard everything. And it just didn't feel like, you didn't feel safe. You didn't feel like it was secure, you know? So, yeah, Ink, right? Dr. Neuro's so great. So happy we found him. Polio got eradicated because of a vaccine. Yeah, exactly. Nubian, that's what I'm saying. And there are people who will argue like, oh, vaccine mandates violate our freedoms. The founding fathers would never approve that. Ironically, George Washington actually implemented a vaccine mandate against, I don't think it was polio. What was it? It was the things that it's something that we've been pretty much eradicated at this point. I don't remember what it was. But he actually implemented a vaccine mandate. Like, you know, founding father. It's just one of those things that like, and if you try to bring that up to someone who argues that point, they don't know how to respond. But they're like, so? You know, they're like, oh, but that doesn't count. Like, they try to dismiss it. It's just it's hard to argue, you know, with some people who take that stance. Yeah, no problem, Hotshot. Thank you. Thank you, Vinias. It is chill. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, please check out his streams, Hamir. Like, if you want straight up facts and like the situation as it is, no sensationalism, no misinformation, Dr. Nero's your man. Tierna, you were in a Costco and this woman walked up to you and told you to take your mask off. You don't need that mask. You told her that you do. You were happy to show your resources backing your stance. It was a very scary situation. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Tierna. I haven't had anyone come up to me and do that, so knock on wood. But I have heard so many instances of people, like, just being like that. Just being very unprovoked, just aggressive and hostile with no provocation. And it doesn't make any sense. It's like, I don't know. People. Statics, you're doing good. You're going to see Spider-Man No Way Home on your own tomorrow. Oh, I don't go till this weekend, but enjoy. The people who you were supposed to go with decided to book to see it on Friday, left you out even though you were there in the call when they were booking them. It's hard enough to get 3 seats, never mind 4, you got told. What kind of friends are they? I feel like you gotta get some new friends, Statics. Like, what? How are they your friends? What the heck? That's fucked up. You call the tiny planes crop dusters? Yeah, they're puddle jumpers to me. They're the regional jet, Sleepy. Used to work for a company that made them. Ooh, that's cool. It was smallpox. There you go. Ben Franklin was also a huge proponent for the smallpox vaccine after he lost his son. There you go. Benjamin Franklin and George Washington. Franklin was actually an anti-vaxxer until he lost his son, so there's still hope for any anti-vaxxer. See, that's the shitty thing. Why do we have to wait for something really bad to happen personally to those anti-vaxxers before they will change their mind? Why is that the only way? I mean, I guess for some people, that's the only way, right? That they refuse until there's proof. And even for some people who are anti-vax, where something really bad happens and they do lose somebody because of their anti-vax stance that they put onto their loved ones as well, they still refuse to believe, I guess. I mean, there's been so many instances of that where they lose a loved one to COVID and they're all like, I don't know what it is. They just make up some excuse. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's tough. I just want people to like just, if you have the ability to get the vaccine and you can and you're not allergic to it, just do it. Like, we're all really tired of the pandemic happening, right? We're really tired of it still going on. But the only way for this to really end is if we can get everyone vaccinated. That and everyone globally. That's the hard part too. Because this won't end if only North America's vaccinated. Like, we need everywhere to be vaccinated. So it's going to be a while, I think, sadly. But it can go faster if you get your vaccines. You agreed to go like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Well, that's messed up. I'm sorry, Statics. Well, at least you still get to go see it, even though you have to go by yourself, which sucks. You run into them all the time, Hamir, when you go with your girl to her doctor's appointments. People be ready to fight. I don't know. I mean, maybe the pandemic has a role in that because people don't know how to deal with their mental health. That has been exacerbated by the pandemic and the lockdowns and the social distancing and everything. That's something that really hasn't been treated or kind of accounted for so far, is the kind of mental health fallout from the past 2 years. And like, I consider myself fortunate in that I've been able to make do. I'm not immunocompromised. I have reasonable, people that I'm surrounded with who aren't anti-vax, like I've been able to, I guess, kind of maintain a decent life despite the pandemic. But my mental health has gone, like, had its ups and downs over the past couple years, but it's not, I guess it hasn't gotten to a point where I felt the need to lash out at people and be hostile and aggressive and violent, which a lot of people have, because they also don't know how to handle, again, the mental health fallout from all of this. I don't know. It's a little terrifying to think about, but I mean, the U.S. specifically does not have a good track record of giving proper resources and support to people who have mental health needs and mental illnesses. And now we're throw a pandemic on top of it. So I don't know. We'll see. I think we should see how things play out over the next couple of years, but I'm hoping people will realize that this is not something we can ignore for much longer. And people, like, stories you're all telling me about people snapping at you for wearing a mask, like, part of that is there's not enough support, and it's just like, what can you do? You're just trying to live your life, take care of your loved ones, and stay safe, right? That's what a lot of us are trying to do. It's all we can do. Ink, you managed to get Spider-Man tickets yesterday for Thursday night. Oh my gosh, nice. Yeah, I'm this weekend. Diz and I'm excited. We learn about hot kettles by burning ourselves. They're human just like us. They're just trying to rationalize it in their minds, I guess. It's just people, Vinius, you have satisfaction of knowing you're vaccinated and boosted. If you catch it, you won't need to end up in the hospital. Same. Michigans, sadly, both your aunt and uncle were against the COVID vaccine until your aunt landed in the ER in a forced coma for 10 months just to get her vaccines. Oh my God. She was already immunocompromised anyway, which makes no sense to you. Like, if you know you're already sick, wouldn't you do anything you could to protect yourself? You would think. That's the thing. Common sense is not that common. Logic is not used by everybody. Kakarot runs good on the Switch. Oh, is that a Dragon Ball game? Nice. Try to make fighting a last resort. I avoid it too, but like, people are just out there trying to pick a fight. Am I Canadian? No, I'm American. I am born and raised in the U.S. So I just know a few folks in our community who are in Canada, so that's why. And I flew to Canada once for a game convention thing, but it was only for like a weekend or less than a weekend. But no, I'm American through and through. Fifi, thanks for hanging out. Thank you all for like letting me go on this spiel, by the way. We should be off front page now, I think. Thank you to everybody who stuck around. If you're still here from front page, thank you. I hope you're enjoying the conversations. This is the kind of stuff that happens here a lot. Gameplay gets delayed because we get carried away talking. Just a heads up. I know some people don't like that, but it's what makes our streams really fun and a way for us all to connect and bond and talk about interesting topics. So thanks for hanging around. Oh, we do still have like maybe half an hour stream left, so I do hope you stay here and hang out. Make sure you follow if you haven't yet. I'm really nice and polite. I might seem Canadian. Oh, thanks, Sleepy. A vaccinated coworker got it. All he had to do was deal with some fever. Vaccines work. Oh, I'm glad your coworker recovered. Yeah, if you're already sick, you should do everything in your power to stay healthy. Got a weird text from supposedly your significant other's friend from school. She texted him and asked to see him. Here's the kicker. She lives in... What's MS? Minnesota? No, that's MN. Missouri? And he says the last time he even talked to her was when they were in elementary school. You wonder how she found his number. You're kind of freaked out. Well, I'm glad your significant other told you, because that would be even weirder if your SO kept that from you. That would be, So I'm glad. Oh, is it Mississippi? I don't know my abbreviations. Thank you. I'm glad your SO told you at least. But like, that is weird. Statics, you're used to the chatting? Yay, thank you. We're officially off a front page. Phew. Ah, we're good. That was definitely... I mean, I think it was pretty smooth overall. Very, very chill, actually. We got some new folks that came in, though, so that's exciting. Ink, you spent the last 6 months passively, aggressively fighting with an ex-sibling about the real facts of vaccines and the virus. As you mentioned, you were done fighting. They were anti-vax before all of this, so you tried and had to cut things off. I'm sorry, Ink. Good on you for setting that boundary. I know that's really difficult to do, especially when they're a member of your family. They're supposed to be a loved one, you know, unconditional love, etc. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So, sorry about that. This is why you fell in love with my streams, Hamir. You can relate to me. Aw, thanks. I try to keep it real, honestly. Tell it like it is. Chat about stuff, you know, and I really appreciate you being part of the community. So thank you. Thanks for always coming back. Had to Google to double check. I couldn't remember. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, Nubium. Thank you. Holy moly. That was so kind of you. Aw. Make sure you join us on Discord, by the way. We do have a Discord server. And you should connect your Twitch account to your Discord server so you can see all of the text channels on our server. Anyone can join our Discord. You just have to be a Twitch sub to see all the different text channels. So make sure you join. Thank you for hanging out, Nubium. You have to get off soon? Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out and coming in from the front page. Thanks for taking that chance on the stream. Because I know when people see streams on the front page, they don't always click through. So I appreciate you dropping in to hang out and chat. And yeah, welcome to the Snow Army. Thanks for that support. Holy moly. Thank you. Yeah, it's Mississippi. Did I hear about Telltale being back? I did. They're at the Game Awards. They had a trailer for The Expanse, a game based on The Expanse TV show. They were saved by a different company. I forget which one. That got most of the old, like, developers who worked on the Telltale games, I think. Skybound, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So, it's really cool. I'm interested to see where they go. I don't think I'm going to play The Expanse because I don't know if I care about it enough. I've never seen the show, so I don't know. She didn't know what significant other means? Oh, really? Yeah, you just have to make sure your SO tells her, like, hey, I'm taken, happily taken, and not interested. That's so weird. Oh, thanks, Ink. I'm glad you love the chatting parts. It's weird because he called it just to see who it was, and some guy answered. So you told him just to block it? May have been someone trying to find out info. Yeah, that's definitely weird. Sometimes families are lovely, but in your experience, they can also be a bunch of assholes you share DNA with. Yep. Oh, for sure. It is what it is, but you gotta, like I said, you gotta take care of yourself. And it's sometimes you gotta make that difficult decision. So, You remember because Skybound took over the last 2 episodes of The Walking Dead final season. That's right. You're right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I remember now. Yeah, I'm glad that The Walking Dead games got a finale. I enjoyed it, actually. All right, we're going to get back to the game now. So, you found it at last. Who are you? Yikes! Don't give me that look. I was just trying to create a little atmosphere. Let me introduce myself. I'm Tokuyama, head of the Tsukimino Merchants Association. What you picked up there is a key item in the treasure hunt event we're holding right now. Treasure hunt? That's right. There are 24 other pieces just like the one you have. So that makes a total of 25 map pieces scattered around town. A single piece isn't much use, but as you collect the others, you can put them together to make treasure maps. There are 5 treasure maps in total. In other words, each is split into 5 pieces. I knew it! Yeah, you loved it, Statics? That's where you found me. I was streaming season 3 and you came in and got gifted a sub. Oh, so you got some fond memories of that then. That's awesome. Yeah, are you interested in the Expanse game that they're releasing? I don't know if you saw the trailer for that last week at the Game Awards. The Game Awards was pretty cool. It would have been cool to go. Maybe someday. I don't know. I guess I still don't really want to travel right now. Huh. So 5 treasure maps are scattered around town, split into 25 pieces. That's right. And what's more, the completed treasure maps take the form of riddles. We racked our brains and came up with the toughest riddles we could. Only those who solve them can claim the treasure. So, what do you say? Have I got you all fired up to go on a treasure hunting adventure? Did you say loot? There's an Expanse game coming? Yeah. The show... So yeah, the show I've never seen, but I've heard of it. And there's going to be a game that's a narrative story game. So think of like... It's a collaboration, I think... Is it Telltale? Maybe it's not Telltale, but it's... Is it Telltale? It's Quantic Dream, right? Maybe I'm confusing the two. Telltale did have a trailer last week, but I don't remember. Somebody can correct me. It was I think Quantic Dream was part of it, but I don't remember now. Regardless, there is... I forget who it is. But there is a game based on The Expanse, and it's a narrative kind of pick your story game. Was it Telltale? Thank you, Virtual. I'm like, I can't remember stuff. Thank you for the posture check, Michigans. But yeah, they had the trailer last week at the Game Awards, and it looked really good. I know nothing about the premise of the TV show. Like, I don't even know what it is about. But it's going to be one of those, like, you make certain decisions and it impacts how the story unfolds and the ending kind of game. So think of, like, Detroit Become Human, or the Walking Dead games, or Beyond Two Souls, or Heavy Rain. Stuff like that. Star Wars is the Quantic Dream game. Okay. Or is it Star Trek? No. Is it Star Trek? Quantic Dream had a trailer last week. God, I can't remember now. One of those sounds right. Statics, you watched a bit of the Game Awards. You only stuck around for Esports Athlete of the Year, an esports team. Yeah, Simple and Navi won them, so you dipped after. Oh, okay. It's funny because I always skip the esports section. You feel like a boomer when you use Discord? Hey, you know what? It's okay. You'll get used to it. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to just chat with the community, especially when I'm not streaming. So, Quantic Dream's coming out with a game. Yeah. Was it Star Trek? Star Wars? One of those? Star Wars is Quantic Dream. Wait, there's a Star Wars game? There is a Star Wars game. I remember the Star Trek trailer. I've never watched Star Trek. Yeah, that's all you usually stay for, Statics? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I stay for the rest because typically the other categories I've played at least one of the games in each category. This year, I will say, like, Game of the Year contenders, I had only played, like, one of them. Usually, I played at least a few, but I didn't this year. Sadly. You looked it up? It's on their main page for Star Wars Eclipse. That's what it is. So Star Wars is Quantic Dream. Who's the Star Trek game? No Stargate game? There's a Star Trek game, because I remember seeing a trailer last week, but I don't remember who did it. Guess I'll pick them up if I spot them. Oh, don't play coy with me. I know you're all revved up and ready to go, you old grump. ... Anyway, I hope you enjoy the event. And he just disappears. Just like that. How suspicious. Alright, let's see what's going on over here. Hey, little lady. What's wrong? You look like you're gonna faint. I'm okay. Do you know Matsuo Lamb Barbecue? It's a restaurant. You want to know where it is? Yeah. No, I know where it is. I checked online. So what's going on? Why are you so unsteady on your feet? I've been fasting a really long time because I'm getting ready to eat the best lamb barbecue ever. Wait, Star Trek is Telltale? So Telltale's doing Star Trek and The Expanse? Is that what it was? This was the first time you watched the Game Awards, and with the Snow Army, it was so great. Oh, Ink, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Usually I co-stream it. I couldn't do so this year. But usually I co-stream it. Like last year I co-streamed it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I co-streamed it the last like 3 years in a row. So 2018, 2019, and 2020. But I didn't co-stream it this year. Co-stream means like watching it live while streaming with everyone. So I didn't do it this year just because I was working. Sadly. I should be nominated next year. You would vote for me instantly. Oh, it's funny because Content Creator of the Year, when that award was announced, I mean, I don't know any of the nominees or the winner or anything. I don't know anything about them, but a lot of folks, when we were watching it and chatting about it on Discord together while we were watching live. And everybody was like, Snowy would be Content Creator of the Year. And I thought that was really sweet. I'm just a little small fry in my tiny corner on Twitch. These creators that get nominated for Content Creator of the Year are like way up there. They're like hundreds of thousands of views concurrently and millions of followers and probably making a lot of money from streaming. So yeah, I'm just a small fry. I'm just kind of here, but I do appreciate the compliment. It's always nice. It was really nice that everybody was like, Snowy's Content Creator of the Year. It's just really sweet. This year felt like a big disappointment, Nubium. Yeah, I think it's because I don't know. I don't know if it was a disappointment per se. I just didn't play a lot of the games this year that came out this year. For some reason, I mean, we didn't... I will say other than, like, Ratchet and Clank and Resident Evil 8, there weren't a ton of AAA titles. Right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like there were way fewer AAA titles released this year than compared to previous. I mean, the pandemic's still going on, so not surprising. I think 2022 is going to be a big year. Like, in 2 months, we're getting Horizon Forbidden West, which is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. We're getting Elden Ring from the makers of the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro series in a collaboration with George R.R. Martin, who wrote the Game of Thrones books, right? We're getting... What else is next year? Those are two major ones, and they're only in like 2 months. We're getting the next, the open world Pokemon game next month. We're getting... I feel like there's more. I don't know if Starfield's coming out. That's the next Bethesda IP. Like 2022, we got a lot of big like stuff. Possibly Hollow Knight sequel, Silk Song. Possibly. We don't have a confirmed date yet. So there's that. Like, there's a lot of potential, like, big releases next year. And I feel like 2022 is going to feel like a better year. But I understand what you mean by it felt like a disappointment. Because I kind of felt the same. I played some good games, but it didn't feel anything like last year or the year before. Is Star Trek Resurgence Michigans? Okay. Got it. Speaking of Stargate hotshot, it turns out one of the creators of Stargate is a K-pop and more specifically Dreamcatcher fan. He says he's planning on trying to get licensed to use Dreamcatcher songs in his new show. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it was Dream who won Statics. I don't know any of the creators. I've never watched their streams. I don't know anything about what they stream. So I think it's cool. They all deserve to be nominated and rewarded, but I just feel so out of the loop, you know. You've been thinking about getting into more indie games? Nubium, if you haven't, you should play Kena Bridge of Spirits. I just finished that game a few weeks ago, and it is technically an indie game. It won Best Debut Indie Game, and Best Indie Game at the Game Awards. Really, really good. It's by a studio called Ember Lab. They're originally an animation studio. Is it on Steam? I don't think so yet. It's on Epic Games for PC. It might be a delayed release to Steam, but right now it's on Epic Games on PC. And it's on, of course, the current and previous generation platforms, consoles. But yeah, you should play it. It's so good. Especially considering it's an indie game. 2022 is gonna be lit. Heck yeah, I'm excited. You wish you had caught me co-streaming the Game Awards before, Ink. You had no intention of even watching it, but the Discord chat pulled you away. I have some pull. Oh hey, thanks, Ink. This is the first time you ever played the game of the year. Heck yeah. More like a small sweet potato fry. Oh, thanks, Sleepy. Your partner's been very not so subtly hinting he needs a PS5 before Horizon Forbidden West. You guess you're on the hunt. Oh, goodness. Good luck, Ink. Good luck. A George R.R. Martin plot in a video game. Is it gonna be a Day 5000 DLC? The only thing you used to look forward to, Statics, is the yearly CODs, but the last few ones have been dreadful. You don't care about them. Oh, yeah? Didn't you compete competitively in something, Statics? Do you not play that anymore? You're sitting here going, Final Fantasy 7 Remake's out on PC tomorrow. I'm gonna attempt it almost 2 years later. No, you should have seen. Oh, I think we all fell for it at the Game Awards last week when Jeff Keighley was like, this is like a long-awaited announcement, something we've all been waiting for, and then it pans to Final Fantasy 7 Remake's like footage, and I literally was like, oh my god, it's the next part, right? Like, I thought it was gonna be the trailer for the next part, but nah, it was just Final Fantasy 7 Remake coming to PC, which is still fine. That's still good, especially for people who weren't able to play it before. Now that it's coming to PC, more people can play it. It's a great game, but I feel like we all got jebaited. It was really all of us were a little, not all of us, some of us were a little disappointed. Yeah, Kato's ridiculously good. Hey Arlieth, it is a true Christmas game. All the Yakuza games take place around December. Thanks for dropping in. Can I say the game again? Yeah, so it's called Kena. Let me type it in chat for you. Bridge of Spirits. There it is. There it is. You've been so thirsty, Michigans. You've been drinking 8 cups of water a day. Doesn't seem to be helping. If you drink more water, you're going to turn into water. Yeah, there is such a thing as drinking too much water. Believe it or not. You used to compete in Counter-Strike and Fortnite. That's what I thought. Do you not play those anymore? Your team on CSGO quit for Valorant. You stopped competing after June last year. Oh, that sucks. Do you still play Fortnite? Do you not like Valorant? I've heard Valorant seems fun. I mean, I never played it. You thought it was a new part you were watching and you're getting pumped the whole time. I know, it was old footage. I had the same reaction. But yeah, it's good. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a very forgiving game. They do have, don't be afraid to set it to easier difficulties, Inc. But I think you'll enjoy it. If you drink too much water without enough sodium in your diet, you're going to suffer from hyponatremia. Hyponatremia? Hyponatremia. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, it's too much water is a bad thing. It's good to stay hydrated, but make sure you balance. An empty stomach is the best seasoning. Nuts to that. I thought you were in real trouble. Okay, maybe we have to go to the barbecue restaurant to continue that. She's probably gonna walk out stuffed and pass out. Oh. Wait, please. Could you take me to Matsuo Lamb Barbecue? I'm not sure I can stand up straight much longer. Fine. Where is it? On Nakatsuki Street. Alright, I'll take you there. It's nearby. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, where the heck? Do I have to actually lead her there? Oh, we automatically went there. Okay, that works. I'll take it. You'll wish list it till you get more funds. Yeah, go for it, Nubium. Yeah, you got time. It's definitely worth playing. I think it's just a great game. I was pleasantly surprised. You're so glad to hear there's easier difficulties. Oh yeah, they have like a story mode, I think, or easy mode. Nothing wrong with playing on easy or story. If you want to get all the achievements, you do have to complete the game in the hardest difficulty. That's the reason I haven't platinumed it yet, because I haven't done that yet. You already suffer from, you forgot what it's called, basically have too much water in your body, Michigans. Oh, okay. Statics, you relate to the Valorant party? You put it off for so long, you picked it up around 4 months ago, you're enjoying it. You're the second highest rank in the game, you regret not picking it up earlier. Not gonna lie, yeah? You can start competing in it if you miss competing. This is all true. As someone who has diabetes in their family, your doctor recommended 6 to 8 glasses, but also not being afraid to salt your food. There you go. This is it, right? Matsuo Lamb Barbecue. Yes, finally I can enjoy the legendary lamb barbecue. Alright, little lady. Mind if I go now? Wait! Let me treat you to dinner, as thanks for bringing me here. No need for that. How can you say no to free food? Haven't fallen so low that I'd let a young person feed me. Yeah? Swallow your pride. It's free food, Saejima. Please. Aren't people your age always asking young people to show more gratitude? Wait, how old is Saejima? He can't be as old as Kiryu, though. We all know Kiryu's like ancient at this point. Heh. Alright. Nice comeback. Wonderful. My name is Mami Yamashita. I'm a food journalist. So, you're eating here for your job? Food journalist. Why didn't I think of doing that as a job? How do you become a food journalist? Yeah, free barbecue. You don't say no to free barbecue. Hey, Ryzen. Happy holidays. How are you today? Welcome back. Kiryu is older than dirt itself. I know. Inc., you'll never play a game at the hardest difficulty. You play to enjoy the game and not rage quit, which is a very fine line. Oh, that's fair. Like I said, there's no shame. No shame. Yeah, you have to have LASIK to get rid of the swelling in your feet for now. Oh, really? Damn. Thirst is a good sign. You're now processing sugar again to get rid of the excess. The girl wants to stuff herself with that Genghis Khan. Yeah, I know. They call it Genghis Khan in Japan. It's technically just lamb barbecue. But they have it on an interesting grill. It's like a... I wonder if we'll get to see the grill. It's not like your typical meat grill. It's like a weird shape. I don't know how to describe it. Saejima was born in 1985, Shin? That's not old. Okay, this takes place in 2012. Right? What's 2012 minus 1985? Isn't that 27? Wait, he's not. No. Did I do the math wrong? He's not that young. Right? Okay, the wiki says 1965. Okay, so he's 47. All right. I think Shin, you might have typoed. I was going to say 1985. That's young. At least in Yakuza terms, that's young. Statics, you haven't played much recently. You had a college presentation for your games design course. That's cool. You finished that yesterday. You think it went well. Now you have free time. You're off of college till the 4th. Hell yeah. Enjoy your break. That's cool. You're learning game design. So are you hoping to become a game developer? To be a food journalist, you have to learn journalism, which, if you ask me, is not worth it. Oh, really? Maybe you can do food journalism as a side hustle. Is that a thing? It's a flat shape. Is that what you mean? You have a... It's not... I don't know. I don't think it's a flat shape. It's like a raised grill. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it. So you're eating here for your job? Oh, no. This is my private time. So there's no problem with me treating you. All right, then. I'm Sayajima. Let's not waste any time, Sayajima-san. The lamb barbecue here is legendary. The lambs are selected from the best flocks in New Zealand. That's fancy. The sauce is made according to a secret recipe that took 10 years to perfect. Everyone says this place blows its competitors away. Heh. Yeah, you know all about the joint before a single bite. I think it's called research, Sayajima. That's the plan? Oh, good luck, Statics. That's exciting. That's exciting. Hell yeah. 1985, they'd be around your age? Yeah, at least in 2012. I was gonna say, he's not that young. It could be a side hustle. You went to school for journalism, Inc., and have done nothing with it because the industry is a hot mess since Facebook came into existence. Oh, that's not surprising. I feel like there's so many of those kind of industries that were just kind of really screwed over by the rise of the internet and technology, you know? Kind of like movie and video rental, right? Blockbuster. Netflix absolutely destroyed. I mean, it was Redbox and then Netflix that just absolutely destroyed that. Imagine like investing everything into a movie and video rental store. And then you get Netflix just cruising around, you know? Hi, Jacob. Is the remaster collection worth it aside from Yakuza 3's jank controls? Hey, Yakuza 3 was a struggle. Oh, I'm glad you understand that. Yeah, that's still there. The remaster didn't fix it. But so far it's been great. This is the remaster and I haven't really had any issues. I'm on part 2, chapter 3. It's been worth it. I mean, this is my first time playing through the series, so I never played the originals. But if you're considering getting it, I think it's worth it. Yakuza 3's controls are still annoying. Bosses block everything. So tedious. But otherwise, I think it's worth it. The cool thing about the remaster trilogy is that it's often on sale. Like if it's not on sale right now, just wait. It'll probably go on sale around Christmas. I don't know. So, it's worth it. As a refresher, Kiryu is 44, Majima's 48. Wait, so Kiryu is the youngest in this game. Kiryu's 44, Sayojima's 47, Majima's 48. So why is Kiryu the oldest? Why is he ancient? Why is he an old man? Isn't journalism all about tweets and listicles? What's a listicle? Whoa, what? Are listicles a thing? What's a listicle? That doesn't sound right. It sounds kind of dirty. Statics, you love how the characters just stare at each other for so long doing nothing. They must be thinking, damn, when's the player gonna click the next text line? Oh, they're patient. Everybody in Yakuza is so patient, especially with me. I love it. Well, its reputation is why I've been fasting since yesterday. Huh? You said you were fasting a long time. One day in a long time. One day fasting is actually pretty rough. At least I've been there. I've been there. I did fasting before. I only took liquid supplements, like nutrients. It's tough doing it for one day. At least if you're not used to it. I'm not used to it, so. It's a list/article. Like BuzzFeed. Oh. You have to fast next month, Michigans? Oh, damn. That sucks. One day fasting for a food journalist seems long. It does seem long. Top 10 places to get wasted in Tijuana. Damn, about time. We could be done with the game if she didn't read chat all the time. It's okay. Like I said, they're all super patient. But you like the chatting aspect? Thanks, Statics. Like I said, I think it's something that I do a lot on this stream that not a lot of streamers do. So some people hate it, which is fine, but it's how we have the community that we have. It's because I talk so much. Anyway. Saejima-san, why don't you let me order for the both of us? I've done all the research. So yeah, it's right there. Can you see it? Right here, behind the dialogue. It's like a raised grill. And I don't know why. It's like I don't know if it's cast iron, but it's definitely like a raised grill. And no other like barbecue place I've been to in Japan does grills except for this whole lamb barbecue, which is nicknamed Genghis Khan in Japan. It's so interesting. I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference, but apparently it does. All right then. It's on you, little lady. So, this is the famous lamb barbecue. Smells good. Don't hold back. Let's eat. Meat! Barbecue! The chopsticks are still in the... Oh, I guess there are other placements. Okay. Great stuff. The lamb ain't even gamey. Isn't it amazing? It's leagues beyond other places with lamb barbecue. Yum, this was so worth the fast. I could keep eating this forever. How nice, they're not eating in front of the camera. Yeah, they're the best part of the streams. Thanks, Statics. Haters gonna hate? You prefer haters or hatters? Cool hats. Snowy reading chat fully is the best. You've been in streams with smaller viewers and they struggle with doing that, as well as streams with more and it just doesn't happen. Snowy's in a class of her own. Oh, Ink. That's really sweet. That makes me feel happy. Thank you. Is it similar to Benihana's? I haven't been to Benihana. I've heard of it. You can kind of see the grill. At least you saw it earlier. I don't know if they're going to show it again. You've seen those grills and the tables at a DC vlog from when they were in Japan. Yeah, that's the only place I've seen it. It's just this like it's the grill has, you know, it's in a circle, but then it's like raised higher than the outside lip, pretty much. And I don't know why they raise it, but it's only with the lamb barbecue. I've never seen it with any other type of barbecue I've been to in Japan. And I don't know why. Maybe the Wikipedia article has more information. Wow, she's still going. Eating noises. Incredible. So good. Hey, you done yet? I gotta go. Though I'm amazed at how you can put it away. Ah, that's so funny. Heh, this is normal for me. I usually eat about 3 big bowls of just rice. I love rice. Oh yeah? By the way, Saejima-san, what do you do for work? Well, this and that. We're not gonna tell her that we're, you know, escaped from prison. It's interesting that he gave her his real name, considering he's a wanted fugitive. I was like, what's the word? Is fugitive the right word? He's a wanted fugitive right now. You know? Yakuza characters about snowy chatting, yep. I see. Insert eating noises. What about you? Are you a food journalist full time? Unfortunately, no. I also do some acting, like in TV dramas. Well, that's interesting. Oh, I'm not a big star or anything, but I like it, and I also want to do voice acting eventually. Uh-huh. May I ask you something? It's important. What is it? Come on, spit it out. I think I might order more barbecue. Do you mind? How? I think it's the worst when you go to a place that's kind of all you can eat. How do you know when you should stop eating at an all you can eat? Like a buffet or like Korean barbecue? All you can eat stuff. When do you stop? How do you justify that you've eaten your money's worth? Because the problem with me when I go to places that are kind of all you can eat like that, I overeat. Guaranteed. The meal is done when you hate yourself. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Either when you're full or they kick you out. I've actually never been kicked out of any sort of buffet or all you can eat restaurant. Though I have heard that that some restaurants will kick you out if you eat too much, which is weird, but you're a win for all you can eat locations, Inc. You never eat enough to cover your cost. Yeah, same. In other news, the keyboard you wanted but has been out of stock just came back in stock and there's one left. Oh, nice, Statics. GG. It's an all you can eat, not an all day buffet. Yeah, that's true. Some of those places have time limits. You're not allowed to stay longer than a certain amount of time. That was absolutely fabulous. I'm never happier than when I'm eating good food. You okay with springing for dinner? Of course. I ate most of it after all. Good point. Oh, I almost forgot. What? Would you tell me the tastiest thing you've eaten recently? What do you mean? It's something I always ask whenever I meet someone new. That's how I found out about matzo lamb barbecue. This question has led me to so many delicious food discoveries, so I'm certainly going to keep asking it. I gotcha. All right. The tastiest thing recently. Well, it had to be deer stew. Deer stew? I've never had that. I had it in this one hunting village. Got lost in a blizzard, and the man who saved me gave me some. Best meal of my life. I've actually never had venison. I've heard it's very lean, and it can be very gamey tasting. But I've never had it. They look down on you when you take your second break from the meal to take a dump. Then you stuff your face as fast as you can, I guess. Eating too fast is worse though, isn't it? This is probably exaggerated. Your father was kicked out of Red Lobster for taking too much advantage of Seafood Fest one time. Oh, really? Oh, Red Lobster. I don't remember the last time I ate there. Their butter biscuits are really good. Ah, butter biscuits. I think the only time you've been kicked out of a restaurant, Statics, is at McDonald's, when the workers thought you were with people outside who were causing trouble. They went to your school in the year below and were talking to you, and they thought that you were with them. Oh, that sucks. Well, eating too fast gives you hiccups. Yeah, I think that's normal. Good night, Sleepy. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I need to wrap up stream, but thank you for dropping in. Thank you, thank you. Take care. Have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for dropping in tonight. What did it taste like? You know, I'd heard deer has a particular odor to it, but all I know is that this stuff smelled great. Could have been the miso, I guess. They don't boil the deer meat all the way through. They serve it while it's nice and tender. The whole thing was fantastic. Wow, a brand new flavor. One I've never tried before. I can't wait to taste it. Well, next time I'm on the mountain, I'll hunt you some deer. It'll be my thanks for the lamb barbecue. Yeah? No, that would take too long. Once a dish is in my mind, I want it in my stomach too, as soon as possible. You mean now? But we just ate. Oh, I can always find room for new flavors. No time to waste. Thank you very much, Saejima-san. I'm heading up the mountain for some deer stew. She's gonna go up the mountain? Okay. Well, is she serious about going up the mountain? No, can't be. No one's that extreme a foodie, are they? So you think... Alright, I need to save. Oh, there's a save point. Over here. Alright, we gotta wrap things up, sadly. Time went by so fast. Oh, we gotta fight this person. Damn it. Let me fight them first. Your dad's birthday dinner was always Golden Corral. You would go for hours. Other families would come and leave before you'd finish. Oh my god, Golden Corral. Golden Corral. I remember Golden Corral. I actually, I think Diz and I went there maybe once since we've been in Colorado. But it's definitely been a while. Don't mind me. Kicking butt. Thank you, Inkheart. Good night, Hotshot. Yeah, sorry I ended up going so late. I was supposed to end like 15 minutes ago. But I appreciate you dropping in. Take care, Hotshot. Sweet dreams. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Mortate and Hotshot. Thank you both. Yeah, please go. Please go if you have to go to bed. This is later than my usual time. This quest got Deer Tastes Good. Next quest, beat the hell out of everybody. Sounds like a Yakuza game if you ask me. You're so glad you got to catch stream tonight? What a wonderful night hanging out with Snowy on the stream. I know. Like I said, the next stream will be during the last week of December. I know for a fact I'll be able to do at least one stream. I don't know when it's gonna be. But it won't be on Christmas or anything. It'll just be basically between Christmas Day and New Year's. So that's the plan. And then we can basically have one final hurrah before we go into next year. That's my plan. That's my plan. Alrighty, folks. So we're wrapping up here. Thank you all again so much for hanging out and for the awesome support. If you're still here from the front page, then I really appreciate you sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you're following if you haven't yet. Again, if you're brand new, I'm Snowlit. You can call me Snow or Snowy. I've been streaming over 7 years now, which is ridiculous. And I do a lot of action-adventure RPGs and story-driven games, lots of first playthroughs, lots of conversations here. It's a cozy, chill vibe in general at my streams. But yeah, the next time I stream will actually be the last week of December. I am kind of on a half break right now, half hiatus from streaming because I'm trying to get settled into my new full-time job. But I'll be back to a schedule at least once a week starting in January. Right now I'm aiming for Fridays in January, Friday evenings. So if that sounds good to you and you want to come back eventually, whenever that will be, feel free to hit the follow button. But if you're available during the last week of December and you don't have plans, make sure you have notifications turned on for the stream, so when you get that notification, you can come hang out. But otherwise, if I don't see you the rest of this year, I hope you have a good rest of the month, a good holiday if you celebrate, and a good new year. We're entering 2022, which is ridiculous. So, anyway, thank you so much, Nubium. I appreciate it. It was really nice to have you join us. Thanks again for subscribing. Shin, thank you so much for being here. It was really good to see you. Thank you, Statix. Thank you, Vinius. You've been here 3 of those 4 years. It's been ridiculous, right? Thank you. I stream with a full-time job. Technically, I actually used to stream full-time. So streaming was my only source of income for about 6.5 years. And earlier this year, I decided to kind of shift things around a little and make streaming just a really strong hobby. Like I didn't want to do it full time anymore. Just for mental health reasons, but also financial reasons, just because it's so hard to sustain. I mean, you ask any streamer, unless you're super well established, your income fluctuates. And especially when you're at my channel size, it fluctuates to the point where it just causes so much mental health stress. So that's the reason. But yeah, I've ever since like a year ago, just over a year ago, I started job searching, and I've been slowly kind of moving over to making streaming a strong hobby. So that's where we are. I literally just started my full-time job. So I do still plan to stream. It just won't be like, 5 or 6 hour streams like tonight. I just happen to be on because I had a front page feature tonight as well. But also, it was a nice opportunity to check in with everybody. But yeah, I'm kind of in that kind of adjustment transition phase with this. So yeah, Black Panther, thanks for the posture check. Thank you, Vinius. Thank you, Michigans. Thank you so much, Nubian. I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you for the epic support. You're fantastic. Thank you, Statics. If you all, again, haven't followed yet, make sure you do. Make sure you also follow all the social media. Feel free to join us on Discord. Anybody can join Discord, but you do have to be a Twitch subscriber to see all of the channels. You can only access general chat if you are not a sub, just as a heads up there. But otherwise, follow all the social media. I announce on Twitter when I go live as well. Instagram if you want to see all the pictures of my cats, all that good stuff. But yeah, thanks again so much. This was a ton of fun. You're all fantastic. Thanks for the epic support. And I will see you all at the end of the month. So take care. If you have 5 minutes to spare tonight, I'm going to run some ads during the ending screen. All you have to do is turn off your ad blocker and then wait for the stream to go offline by itself. If you don't have time for that, don't sweat it. I really appreciate you hanging out and being here and just supporting the stream in whatever way you have, whether it's lurking or chatting or whatever. So thank you all. This was a ton of fun. I will see you all very soon. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be kind. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Good night, everybody. Bye.